Okay, we're on part 3 of Prevent and Reverse Stroke and Heart Attack by me, Pete Rogers. If you're following along in the book, we're on page 21. We're going to talk about multiple sclerosis. We're going to talk about Roy Swank, who's most famous for writing about multiple sclerosis, but his work is relevant to atherosclerosis. He's an MD, PhD from Harvard, and he's the one who did a lot of experiments showing that a high-fat meal will cause sludging of the blood, meaning the red blood cells, the fat sticks the red blood cells together. It's both the initial fat particles called chylomicrons, but it's also triglycerides. It's also LDL cholesterol. They all stick red cells together. Red cells have a negative charge on their outer surface called a zeta potential. The fat has a positive charge, overcomes the zeta potential, sticks the red blood cells together. Red blood cells stuck together, flowing in blood, are called blood sludge. They're also called rouleau formation, meaning stack of coins in French. So here's one of his famous books, the Multiple Sclerosis Diet book by Roy Swank. He's also got videos. You can find them at the Dr. McDougall YouTube channel. And this guy Swank, he was a genius, and he's got over 30-year follow-up published with outstanding results in MS patients, over 95% of them having intact ADLs, activities of daily living, whereas the typical MS patients, dead in about 20 years or less when they get conventional treatment. So what did he do? He put him on a low-fat diet. Especially his goal was to minimize saturated fat as much as possible. He in a hamster brain one time measured 30% drop in oxygen delivery to the tissues. Peter Cole paper talks about 15 to 20% drop in oxygen delivery to tissues because of the fat sludging the blood together. Here's just one paper by Roy Swank. Intravascular aggregation, sticking together of red cells, of blood elements associated with alimentary lipemia, with eating high-fat meal. Okay, fat equals thick blood. It can injure the blood-brain barrier. He thought injury to the blood-brain barrier caused by the blood sludge was part of the mechanism of multiple sclerosis, but it's also part of the mechanism of atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis is a blood clot. When you start sticking red cells together because of a high-fat meal, you're halfway down the path of forming a full blood clot that might be irreversible and cause a heart attack. Yeah, there's a good video. You just go to Dr. McDougall Health and Medical Center YouTube channel and just type in blood sludge before and after fatty meal. You'll get the video. It's only 50 seconds long. Once you see that, you will remember it for the rest of your life. You can't unsee it. It's extraordinary. That's one of the most important videos you'll ever watch in your life. Blood sludge, high-fat meal, John McDougall Medical Center. Trust me, you want to watch that video. Effective dietary triglycerides on rheological properties, the physical properties of the red cells. Same story. It sticks them together. Okay, not good. Nathan Pritikin reviewed all the literature on fat back in the 1970s and 1980s, and he concluded fat is bad. It's impossible to be too low in dietary fat with any naturally chosen diet. You'll get plenty of omega-3s. That just gets overhyped because it's a way to sell stuff, okay? McDougall, the greatest doctor who ever lived, said fat is the biggest toxin in the Western diet. Fat makes you fat. The fat you eat is the fat you wear. So I would recommend you watch those videos. Okay, so what I'm kind of doing right now is I'm introducing you to the big name people who did important research relative to these things. Peter Cole also, and then Meyer Friedman and Ray Rosenman too. We'll get to all and these people and more. I'm just working you up introductory. Okay, a lot of times I give these long lectures. If you go over to Veg Source, if you go to Chef AJ, if you go to Be Green with Amy, I'll give these 2-hour long lectures on atherosclerosis. I got them here at my channel too. I got a whole playlist of atherosclerosis videos. For the book, I kind of go in small pieces, getting you all these parts ready. So I hope you find this helpful.